Left or right?
Huh? I'll go to the right, to my good side. There's no... Oh, there is a camera.
So, Steve, how'd you see it? You must be pretty pleased overall with that performance, getting the monkey off the back. Win around one game, win a game inside the first 3 rounds of your first game.
Yeah, look, it's nice to have a good start. First quarter we were looked a bit nervous and didn't really think our way through a few situations, but as the game steadied at quarter time onwards, we steadied into the game quite nicely and started to get our game up and going, and our pressure game started to come in, and look, we're really pleased with the result in the end.
How much of that sort of momentum flows with, to do with obviously the breeze?
Do you want me to answer that, or is that okay? No problems at all.
It was an aeroplane.
No problems at all.
Yeah, how much of it that? Sorry, I lost track. Yeah, the game obviously with the breeze. How much of that momentum that was predicated early on, and just on the breeze itself, or you obviously were things you weren't happy with?
Yeah, look, the breeze was a bit tricky. It was swirling around a lot out there, but it certainly was favouring one end. So there's a little bit of a strategy towards how you defend that and how you attack off that. So we put a couple of things in place during the game. We're sort of a little bit pleased that first quarter actually kicking the breeze when you're a bit edgy. If we had gone with the breeze, we were a bit nervous whether we would have made use of it, not quite sure, so it was quite good to actually go into the breeze in that first quarter and we got those nerves out the way. But where we put our players and the way we moved the ball with the breeze into the breeze after quarter times, we were happy with.
And obviously some good performances, but we were talking about it before, it was a very even performance as well. Is that how you saw it?
Yeah, look, we're trying to get a whole team ethos, and all the players really are trying to get that. Everyone's got a role, we allocate a role, and we've been training towards that, and everyone realises, Britta got put through a couple of different roles today and she was able to adjust her game to bending what we needed for that quarter, and we spent a bit of time through the summer training those roles, so we're really pleased that the players are able to adapt under pressure to those roles and able to execute, and I guess that's part of the question mark that we've got going into the season with such a short time span is, could they execute it? They understood it, but could they actually do it under pressure? And I thought today they were great.
Another player who played multiple roles and one that's been a long time coming back was Chloe Malloy. I thought she was really good at back and at the front. How did you see her perform?
It's just great to have Chloe back. It's always going to take a little while to get back into the game. And I thought early she got caught with the ball a couple of times, probably tried to do a little bit too much and just not used to the speed of the game again. And then as she settled in the game, I think we've seen her ability start to really come through in the back end of the game. And, she's great to have her back. She can play multiple roles, which she did today as well, and gives us great flexibility.
What's the extent of breeze injury?
Look, we're not quite sure at the moment. We think it's a lower leg injury at the moment, and obviously she'll have scans through the week and that, but we've got fingers crossed. We think it's going to be hopefully okay. So, but at this stage, it's a little bit too early to say.
So nothing more specific than lower leg?
Yeah, just the lower leg was what I've been told, so I haven't got any more specific details on that. So hopefully we get a positive scan, and until that comes through, that's where it sits at the moment.
Britt, how did you find the whole experience? Must have been really exciting.
Yeah.
You and the girls under the new coach and new exciting regime, I suppose.
Yeah. I don't think you can take away how exciting it is for the girls. Like, round one win, we know the history of the women's team in this club, and then coming into a club which has so much history already, there always is a lot of pressure on the Collingwood team, and I don't think there's any hiding or denying how proud us girls are to get the win in round one. And yes, I could sit here and say all the cliche stuff, it's about round 2, 3 and 4, whatever, but today it's about round one, and we're so proud and we're so happy, and there's no denying that.
What helped you girls settle down after that sort of early start with like pressure or errors and things?
I think we knew that it was going to be like that, and I think when you watch the rest of the games that have happened this week, that the first quarter, possibly even second quarter, the pressure's just on and it's just heat. and we just had the ability to adapt. We've finally started to keep a collective of players from the year before, and we understand each other, and we understand the way we play. We understand the way we communicate with each other a bit more, which goes a long way. And then having that team dynamic going forward was massive for us come third, fourth quarter, and we were able to compose when we needed to and knew the players that were going to take off, so we could adapt for that. And we're just starting to get that chemistry, which is nice.
What was it like to play that fourth quarter, see a couple of goals go in, hear a Collingwood chant, just feel things roll a bit?
Yeah, it was nice. Like I said before, this club has so much history, and to sort of start to see, we've always had the fans behind us, but to see the fans also then get involved in the game a little bit, that's what you play footy for. We don't just play. If I wanted to play tennis or something, I'd go play tennis or something where you've got to be quiet during the game. But to have them roaring and then to get the girls scoring on the board and everyone celebrating, that's the fun of footy.
Shani's kick for goal, Steve, what'd you make of it? Looked pretty straight.
I've got to say there was half the box were confident, the other half were a little bit edgy. But look, Sian's really improved as a player, and I think she openly admits that she probably didn't have the best of seasons last year learning the game, and it was a little bit of a shock to her for a start, but her development through the VFLW has been strong, and she's really continued that on. And look, her effort today in the ruck, particularly that second quarter, we looked to give her a break at some stage. She took on the whole ruck work most of the day herself, but we had the ball down our end, and she stuck her hand up and said, no, I'm going really well, I want to stay out, and look, she did a great job. So, she's still got areas to improve on, but she's a great leader amongst our group as well, and she keeps pushing our girls to get better, and she gives them confidence around her. And look, she's coming a long way, but she brings other elements to our group as well, not just the playing aspect as well. So no, she was great today.
Brett, did it look straight to you? Were you confident?
Today?
On Shani's kick?
Oh, Shani's kick. If it was a little bit further out, maybe not so much, but you'd hope if any girl in this competition is going to mark the ball inside the goal square practically, that they're going to kick it through the big stick, so I had some faith.
What do you say to the critics of this competition, given great win at Victoria Park, reasonably high scoring, really good skilled game?
Yeah, look, it's like everything with any new competition starting out. It's still a baby, and we're still growing it week from week, and we're still growing it training from training. Like our girls improve massively every training session, so it is what it is, and I think everyone's just got to understand it's a growing competition. We're not going to be able to nail things 100% of the time right now. We're all learning, and that's coaches and that's everyone that's involved with the program, not just the players. So it's early stages, but we think we'll progress as it goes, and the standard, I think, within the few years has already increased, and even though it's the players are diluted across a lot of teams now, the standard's still strong. The skills are getting better. Their education and knowledge of the game is a lot better. The way they prepare is a lot better. The speed's certainly a lot stronger than what it has been. So there's always steps. And look, in 10 years' time, I'd love to sit back to see where the competition is. I think it's taken some really rapid strides, and we're fully supportive of it because obviously we're in industry. But I get a chance to see these girls grow every day, which is a fantastic thing. So and they certainly are. They're certainly dedicated, devoted towards the cause, and they're doing everything they can to be better.
So back to today, I suppose, Alana Porter on debut, she must have been impressed with her too.
She's had a really big 6 months. She's gone from playing college under-18 football 6 months ago. She didn't make the state under-18 squads, to going to play and get selected in the VFL level, to go and be a VFLW premiership player, to go and get drafted, and then line up to round one. She's had a huge 6 months of footy, but she's a really strong competitor. She's got great speed. She very rarely gets beaten one-on-one, but the beauty is she's got some work with her kicking in that. We know there's a couple of issues there, but she keeps it simple, and she just uses where her strengths are and where her weaknesses are. She just thinks her way through it, and I thought she was super today.
Good stuff.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.